Hey everyone, we are finally in business after some major fucking technical issues there that were driving me mad. Anyway, welcome back to another little game review. Just me on my own once more after we had Amelia in week's episode or whenever it was whenever it went up. It's just me, your host as ever, Purple. And today I am doing the Re-Pac or the remake of Pac-Man World, the PS1 game that I used to play way back when as a child. You know, I feel old, but I'm not. I promise. If you excuse me, I'm still a little bit sick. I am getting there, so you're just gonna have to bear with me and hang in there. But still, I'm talking about the classic, but the remake that I didn't even know existed until I saw it on sale after Christmas. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it, because I took a chance. I didn't know if this was the same one that I used to play as a kid, but it turns out that it is. So I was very chuffed and had a real nostalgic trip down memory lane. So we'll get into it. Won't say spoilers now because I'll try to avoid doing that. I'll just give like a little breakdown of like the main story, which is a bit easier than just fucking listing everything that happens in it. So one day, on Pac-Man's birthday, he returns home to find his family kidnapped by the ghosts. Of course, the classics from the arcade game, Inky Blinky and Clyde. Never understood why one's called Clyde when the other two's names sort of rhyme together. He then sets off, heading to Ghost Island, very creative of course, to defeat the ghosts and save his little ones from a robotic Pac-Man style character named Pac-Man. Gameplay, Pac-Man World is a 3D platformer action game, differing from the classic arcade titles that everyone knows and loves. Now, of course, the very basic, everyone knows what the Pac-Man is, everyone's seen gameplay of it, or at the very least. If you haven't played it yourself, you know what it's like. It's a remake of the PS1 title of the same name, Pac-Man World, not Pac-Man World Re-Pac. From 2000, which came out a year before I was born, but I still played, which I have extremely fond memories of playing as a child. Admittedly, I couldn't remember a lot about the game. I just remembered as I was playing the remake, I was just like, I remember this exact bit. But this is weird. I remember the music and everything. Setting place over 6 different themed areas, such as space or pirates, for example. They're 2 of the main ones, but there are other ones that I won't spoil. Despite its transition to 3D, it keeps the classic gameplay from the arcades of eating dots and fruit to score points. Of course, eating the large dots allows Pac-Man to eat the various ghosts found throughout each stage. There are also some special ones as well, like the metal one that lets you walk underwater and gives you temporary invincibility. There's also another one, a bomb one, I think it is, that when you butt slam, which is a genuine thing by the way, blows up any nearby enemies, which is pretty cool and pretty helpful. Behind the doors that you have using progress in story. It's like amazing. You run a lot of item in the hub area. That way you're not picking it up, and if you fail, you can just throw it. Optionally, the player can collect all the letters throughout certain levels that will spell out what's Pac-Man. Which will a bonus stage upon completion of the main one. And in this, players start all of the food present in an area within a specific time limit to gain points. Now, moving on to my little personal notes. Pac-Man World Re-Pac is a play with what I sent you. It's an incredible, nostalgia-filled experience that I didn't even know existed. Bringing back some long-lost memories and childlike joy, with snippets of gameplay from when I first played on PS1 coming back into my mind the more I played. I 100% recommend getting it if you're a fan of the original game, or as it provides a welcoming, enjoyable experience that you looked about. 100%. So, that was just a mini little review. There's not a lot I could really talk about, mainly plot-wise and content, but it's definitely worth playing just for the sake of nostalgia, and especially if you're a fan of Pac-Man, and even 3D platformers of similar. Don't know where I was going. Similar 3D sort of platforming games. So yeah, 100%. I love it. It was so nostalgic throughout. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, thank you ever so much for listening to my ramblings. Once more, apologies, this one isn't as long as these game ones usually are, in comparison to the longer movie reviews where I have to write out the entire thing that's happening. Yeah, thank you ever so much. I'll be back soon with another one now that Dead Space 3 is finished. Prepare for an absolute butchering of that game because we fucking hated every moment of it. But anyway, thank you ever so much for listening. I've been your host, as ever, Purple Midnight 8. There's nothing else to say except for you can find my links in the description below inside of the link tree, and I will see you later on.